Okay, for this question, we're given two functions. Here is y equals f of x, and here is y equals g of x. And the first question we're asking is f minus g of -3. So what is f minus g of -3? That's f of -3 minus g of -3. And we get those numbers by looking at the behavior of the graph. So let's take a look. What is f of -3? -3 is here is the x value. It appears as if the y value is -1. So f of -3 looks like it's -1. Minus, how about g of -3? Let's take a look at g of -3. G of -3 is here. It looks like it is 2. So when x is -3, the y value is 2. So we have -1 minus 2. Interestingly enough, gives us -3. So f minus g of -3 turned out to be -3. Okay, what do we have next? F divided by g of 2. Okay. So f divided by g is a new function. F divided by g of 2, which means f of 2 over g of 2. So let's look at our graph. Let's see what is f of 2. Let's see what is g of 2. F of 2 looks like it's 2. If x is 2, the y value is 2. So f of 2 is 2. How about g of 2? Let's go back and look at the graph. G of 2 hits the x-axis. So what does that tell us? That tells us g of 2 is equal to 0. 2 divided by 0, no solution. Cannot divide by 0. So we can say about this, we can say 2 is not in the domain. Of the function f divided by g, interestingly enough. And I believe there is one more question here for us to look at. Solve f of x equals -1. Okay. So for what values, what x values on f give me a y value of -1? I believe there are two of them. We have one here at -3 and one there at 5. So f of x equals -1 is what we're trying to solve for. And our goal is to solve for x. So looking at our graph, we can say f of -3 is -1. And we can say f of 5 is -1 from looking at the graph. So my solution set are those two values, solving for x. My answers would be -3 and 5. And that's that.